Hello, and thank you for watching what I'm talking about right here, right now. Tonight, I am recommending two noir films, both that could be categorized as Hitchhiker from Hell noir films. The first one that I'm recommending is a very rare film. Good luck finding it. If you can find it somewhere or get a chance to watch it, I suggest you take it. It's not released on video in the country, and it never plays on TV, and it seldom screens unless someone pulls some strings. It's called The Devil Thumbs a Ride. The movie stars Lawrence Tierney, famous lovable piece of shit who had a great screen presence and a habit of getting a break then ruining it when he got in a barroom brawl. His big break was playing Dillinger. Then he starred in a number of noir films as bad guy leads and supporting thugs. He was a real-life thug who played a great thug on screen. You probably know him from later in his life from being in Reservoir Dogs as the guy who's like, never mind what you'd normally do, as well as playing Elaine's intimidating dad in an episode of Seinfeld. He got in fights with civilians, fights with cops, fights with bartenders. He reportedly got in a fist fight with Quentin Tarantino on the set of Reservoir Dogs and was fired, but then I guess rehired. He also drunkenly shot a gun at his nephew in 1991 in his apartment while filming Reservoir Dogs was going on, and then was released for a day to continue filming. I'm reading this right off Wikipedia. Between 1944 and 1951, Tierney was arrested over 12 times in Los Angeles for brawling, frequently for drunkenness, which included ripping a public telephone off the wall in a bar, hitting a waiter in the face with a sugar bowl for refusing to serve him any more drinks, and attempting to choke a taxi driver. There's more, but that's enough to communicate this guy's a real asshole. But what a gift to get to watch him on the screen. This movie's a little silly, and Tierney's actually pretty funny in it at times, but also has moments where it goes shockingly dark. It's directed by Felix Feist, who made some good movies, including The Threat with Charles McGraw, which you might have seen. Tierney's finest role is probably in Robert Wise's Born to Kill opposite Claire Trevor. The Devil Thumbs a Ride. If you watch this one, you're seeing a rare one. The other film I'm recommending is a much more known, you've probably seen it, maybe you've seen it, at least heard of it, maybe you haven't heard of it or seen it. It is a film noir defining film noir, and it is called Detour. Used to look like crap all the time because it was a public domain and it was duped over and over. But then Library of Congress or someone restored it, so now it looks great. So much has been written or said about this movie that I feel like a dope even trying to paraphrase or say something new, but I'll try. I'll say its B-movie aesthetic transcends its shabby exterior and captures the feeling of a ghostly dream or a bad memory. Strap in. It's also kind of funny. A little about the director, Edgar G. Ulmer. He's a Jew who came to America from Germany, and some of his contemporaries are Billy Wilder, Robert Siodmak, Fred Zinnemann. Ooh, wow, Maybe these names don't mean much to you, but these guys are big shots. Ulmer's career, on the other hand, stalled out because he started out making films for Carl Laemmle, real strong at Universal, and then the short is he fell in love with Laemmle's sons or nephews or someone close to Laemmle's girl. And then he was blackballed pretty much for good, and he was relegated to making B pictures, but with style, on a shoestring budget. And his inventive talent transcends. Detour is his masterpiece. What I'm trying to say is this guy knows bad luck, mistakes, and regret, and you can see it on the screen. The movie stars Tom Neal as a bad luck schmuck who finds himself in a situation where he's given a lift to Ann Savage, who's got him by the balls. And she just walks away with the movie. Tom Neal was a hacky B-movie actor and a dumb boxer who could most likely F like a champ. He seemed like a real-life schmuck, a talented athlete who graduated from Harvard. He had a notable affair with another famous Hollywood casualty star named Barbara Payton, who was married to star Francho Tone, and Tone caught him screwing. Then Neal beat Tone senseless, breaking a bunch of bones in his face, and then also fracturing his own career. Payton later still married Tone, and then left Tone and married Neal, and then they split too. Later, Tom Neal quit acting and became a gardener in Palm Springs, and then at some point was convicted of involuntary manslaughter of his third wife. Sheesh. This movie remarkably foreshadows consequences of his own bad choices. Ann Savage, she seemed like a nice lady. She had a few failed marriages, but then found herself in a loving, stable one. Later in life, she became a pilot She flew planes. Then later in life, when people rediscovered this film Detour and she was critically praised for her performance, Hollywood gifted her with a role in Saved by the Bell. She delivers some of the best lines of this movie. And speaking of lines, there's a lot of really interesting ambiguity in this movie, so I hope you enjoy reading between the lines. This movie defines a lot of the known tropes about noir, and again, I recommend you seek out these films wherever you might find them, whenever. Both films are approximately 60 minutes, so I hope you enjoy both of them.